Okay, without crying, can you capture the emotions of today?
Yeah. I felt every emotion, I think. Like waking up today, warm up, and just knowing everyone in the stands has been there for me these past 4 years. And, my family was here. One of my brother's first time here. My best friend and her parents drove down. So it just meant even more to me today. And I'm just so happy and grateful for my 4 years here at WSU.
Is it, for either one of you, is it tough at all, to have kind of the celebration before the game and then have to still kind of lock in and still focus on the task at hand?
Yeah, it was really hard not to cry during the game. But what are your thoughts on that?
I just think that, it's a lot of pressure. You don't want to end up losing in a senior night. But, just grateful we won and ended that how we wanted it to end.
Obviously, still another game in the regular season, but with this win, you guys clinched the 3 seed in the WCC tournament, get you the bye until Sunday. In a season where I think fair to say it's win the conference tournament to get to the tournament, how much does that having that extra couple days of rest and positioning yourself in the quarterfinals kind of help that goal?
That's important. Knowing that we have some days to prepare more than the other teams have, but you never know in the tournament. I go back 2 years ago. We played since the first day, and we still won it. So people are going to be aggressive, and everyone's going to want to win the tournament, so we can't go relaxed. Just be grateful that we have more time than the others to prepare for our first and maybe second game. But, just that's the mindset for now.
Tara, every player wants to make their mark on a program, and it's easy to say you have. I mean, just look at the record book and all the categories you rank there. But when you think of the impact that you hope you've had on this program, where does that show up?
I think it shows up behind the scenes. This year was probably the hardest for me, like stepping up as a leader, because I wasn't really ever in that role or position. And so I kind of had to step out of my comfort zone with that. But that begins with practice every day at, 6:30 in the morning, when people might not want to be there, might not be fully awake. I'm not fully awake, but I had to be the person to, set the tone for the season. And I think, just behind the scenes, I just played way harder this year in practice and games, and it showed up consistently, and Coachy always says that I show up consistently, and I think that is what just helped me improve and just have a great year so far.
In a kind of a wide-ranging general sense, what has your time here at WSU meant to you?
I had a dream of going D1, being from Canada, and I'm just so proud of myself for accomplishing that and being as successful as I am and growing my game. Coachy always makes jokes about me being one-dimensional player entering the program, and now I can play any position on the court, guard any position on the court, and I think it's just so special, and they gave me so much room to grow, and I'm just so grateful forever that they gave me this experience, and I wouldn't want to do it anywhere else and without AT or anything like that, so it's just been truly amazing.
Obviously, it probably feels like a lifetime since you were a freshman. Looking back on that, what did you see in that freshman player with hindsight, and then what would you tell the freshman version of Tara?
I would tell freshman Tara that we still have 6 a.m. film sessions and practices, but no, I think she was just a shy girl who didn't want to talk to anyone, didn't want to talk in practice. Barely shot, was tired after one down back, and now I'm a confident young woman who's gonna enter the real world, and I'm just so happy, and my growth has shown over these past 4 years, so I would tell my freshman self that just keep going and don't give up.
And then AT, I don't want to put any pressure on you, but as a senior next year, do you feel like there's kind of a passing of the torch, from Tara to you? And then what do you feel like you've learned from Tara over the past few years?
Yeah, I feel like being with her all day throughout this season has taught me a lot. I can't imagine what she had to go through being the only senior, but I feel like now this year I'm kind of prepared for it because I know what she went through, so I kind of know how to act on different situations, but it's still going to be hard. I mean, having to lead a young team, it's never easy, but that's what we have to do, and that's going to prepare us for the future, and grateful to have to go through that.
You said real world, Tara. Is that trying to play pro ball, or is that going into the job world?
Playing basketball. Not a job.
And then, if you had to pick one moment from your time at Wazoo, what stands out above all else?
I mean, Pac-12 championship. Can't get better than that. But just the memories with the team. I mean, AT's my best friend, and we live together, so it's going to be hard next year. But, everyone who graduated last year, too, we are just lifelong friends now, and they're all going to be invited to my wedding. So, yeah, I'm just so grateful for everyone that has impacted my time here. If I get there.
If it ever happens.
This is for either of you. We saw you guys really just kind of control this game, coast to coast. You guys have played really well over the last, couple months. Why can this team make a run, go win the conference tournament, go to the NCAA tournament? What is it about you guys that gives you confidence that you could do that? Because we see it that when you guys are on, you can run with anybody.
Yeah, I feel like we've kind of found ourselves. I feel like we're the best when a lot of people step up, score. It's way easier to guard us when you know that only 2 or 3 people will score. But in this game, we have 4 people, I think, in double figures, and then 2 with 8 points. So that's amazing. And also the turnovers. We ended up the first half with 5. So any game that you finish with, you're on pace to finish with 10 or less. It's great. Even though at the end we ended up with 15, but it was still not as bad as it could get.